Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A Rockford church makes final preparations ahead of Thanksgiving. Organizers say they still need help as they expect to serve hundreds.
Plus, flames quickly spread through a Rockford neighborhood early this morning. The overnight fire lights up that neighborhood's alley.
And a State Line Fire Department prepares for the future. Officials say this new station has been a long-time dream for many in the community. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. Rockford Church makes final preparations ahead of its annual Thanksgiving dinner. Court Street United Methodist expects to serve more than 1,000 people.
Drea Baroni met with organizers today. And Drea, they still could use some help?
Yeah, Mimi, the church is in need of water bottles, containers of applesauce, and fresh store-bought pies to put on people's plates. The head of the Thanksgiving dinner program, Sue Cram, encourages people to donate and says these dinners bring joy to people throughout the state line who need it the most around the holidays.
I think it's a way of, helping our neighbors in the community. Many of them, may not have a warm meal to eat or can't spend the day with families, or maybe they're homeless.
150 volunteers are expected to help those community members from 11 to 1 p.m. They'll be handing out to-go style Thanksgiving plates to anyone in need. Mimi?
Thanks, Drea. 2 Rockford teens are charged after police say they stole a car. Around 3 this morning, officers were called to Rebecca Drive and Highcrest Road near Highcrest Center for a vehicle that had spun out. The car was reported stolen earlier, and witness said 2 teen boys were seen running away. The 14-year-olds were found in a nearby parking lot and detained. One of the teens was lodged in juvenile detention and charged with possession of a stolen vehicle and criminal damage to a vehicle. The other teen was released to his family and charged with criminal trespass to a vehicle. Several teens are charged after crashing a stolen car over the weekend. A little after 7 Friday night, Rockford officers attempted a traffic stop near Auburn Street and North Central Avenue. That's when police say a stolen car crashed into another vehicle and 4 teens jumped out and ran. A short time later, they were taken into custody. 2 15-year-old boys were lodged in juvenile detention and charged with possession of a stolen vehicle. One 13-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl were released to parents. The girl is charged with possession of a stolen vehicle. All 4 are charged with resisting arrest.
Rockford Fire battles a blaze that spread to 2 other buildings. A little after 3 this morning, firefighters were called to the neighborhood near 6th Avenue and 9th Street for a detached garage fire. The structure was fully engulfed in flames. Fire spread to 2 garages next to the original one. It took firefighters about 40 minutes to bring the blaze under control. No one was hurt. Investigators aren't sure what caused the fire. They estimate the damage at around $50,000. A local fire department will have a new headquarters soon. North Park Fire broke ground on an updated station. The building will replace 3 others that date back to the 1950s and 60s. Department leaders labeled those stations as inefficient, expensive, and too small. North Park's fire chief says this has been a long-time dream for many of his first responders.
Before I was chief, it was a vision for the chief I started under 20 years ago. To build a facility central like this. So I'm excited because I'm the lucky steward of the department essentially at this point to be able to see it become a reality. But it's been a process that many people in the district have worked very hard to accomplish, and I'm excited that we've gotten there.
The new station should be ready to go late next year.
Veterinarians are warning of a mystery illness that's affecting dogs in several states. Oregon, Colorado, and New Hampshire have reported cases. The sickness doesn't respond to antibiotics. Symptoms include coughing, sneezing, nasal or eye discharge, and sluggishness. Some have developed into cases of pneumonia, and some dogs have died, though it's not clear why. Experts are encouraging pet owners to decrease contact with other dogs and avoid traveling with them to the West Coast over the holidays. With Thanksgiving just a few days away, the Illinois Department of Public Health has put out a warning. It's for foodborne illnesses and viruses. They say you should keep hot foods hot, cold foods cold, and properly thaw frozen turkeys before roasting them. IDPH also says even though the risk of COVID is lower than the last 3 years, hosts should still have good ventilation. It'll help large gatherings stay safe against the respiratory viruses circulating this time of year.
Travelers are already on their way to their Thanksgiving getaways. AAA predicts this will be the 3rd busiest Thanksgiving week since the organization started tracking holiday travel 23 years ago. Many people plan to drive to their destinations. Gas prices have been dropping. Airports are also bracing for record numbers. TSA projects 1 million people will pass through checkpoints at O'Hare and Midway here in Illinois. Most passengers already on the move weren't too concerned about the crowds.
I love the chaos. Yeah. Love traveling through the holidays.
This is an incredible joy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. Yeah. I feel really good about it.
I think traveling is kind of chaotic any time of year, so.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, and next Sunday are expected to be the busiest days. On the road, the heaviest traffic should hit tomorrow and Wednesday between 4 and 5 in the afternoon.
'Tis the season to start holiday shopping, but safety advocates are warning parents some toys should not be under the tree this year. The Illinois Public Interest Research Group unveiled its 2023 Dangerous Toys list at Lurie Children's Hospital this morning. They focused heavily on high-tech toys this year, which often have apps, microphones, and cameras involved. The MetaQuest virtual reality headset is sure to be in some kids' wish lists, but experts say it could pose significant dangers for children.
We spoke to a number of child health experts who unequivocally recommended not to share this toy or allow children or teens to use it. There are many reasons not to. One of the biggest is it's an untested technology. We don't know a lot about it. We don't know how it will affect developing brains and developing eyesight. And there are significant safety concerns, data safety concerns with Meta.
Low-tech toys can be dangerous too, including these water beads, which expand when doused in water. They can cause serious health problems, even death if swallowed. And experts say many recalled toys are still being sold by private sellers on the internet. A deal to release American hostages from Hamas is coming closer to being complete.
Up next, the White House says one sticking point for the agreement is more aid to the Palestinian people.
Coming up tonight at 6, an Arkansas woman's named as the main suspect in a shooting from last week in Rockford. Now the search is on as police look for information on her whereabouts.
It may not have felt like it, but our temperatures did actually end up a little above the average thanks to a little more cloud cover and a warmer start too. But the clouds eventually leading to some rain showers. Find out how much rain could come down in the first warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
The White House says a deal to secure the release of hostages being held by Hamas is closer than ever.
Negotiators are working hard to release an initial 50 captives in exchange for more aid coming into Gaza. Anna Warnicki looks at how close the two sides are to a swap.
President Joe Biden confirmed Monday that a deal to bring home some of the hostages held by Hamas is getting closer. Yes. Deputy National Security Advisor John Feiner said on NBC's Meet the Press that negotiators are working to secure the release of hostages in exchange for more aid into Gaza.
Some of the outstanding areas of disagreement in a very complicated, very sensitive negotiation have been narrowed.
Feiner says the U.S., Israel, and Qatar have been negotiating a hostage release for weeks. Hamas is believed to have taken roughly 240 hostages during its deadly October 7th attack in Israel.
Hamas is holding the elderly hostage.
Over the weekend, Israeli defense officials released new footage they say proves Hamas was using a hospital in Gaza for military activities, including holding hostages, something Hamas still denies.
The Israel Defense Forces has a moral obligation to bring every one of our hostages home.
National Security Council spokesman John Kirby says releasing the hostages would require a temporary ceasefire.
You got to make sure they can get from where they are to safety and do that as safely as possible.
Kirby wouldn't give details of the ongoing negotiations, but says the president's priority is ensuring the American hostages return home safely. In Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki.
Rain chances stay in the state line for the rest of the day and most of tomorrow.
Up next, Candace will tell us when the region will dry out and how cold our holiday weekend may be.
Now, Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, we've had plenty of cloud cover out there for much of the day, and now we're starting to see a steadier rain move in from south to north, and this will be the trend over the next several hours. We see those rain showers working in over the I-80 corridor, working up to 88 here in portions of Lee County, now eventually moving towards southern Ogle County. The rain showers will pick up a little more here over the next couple of hours, so anything that occurs here between about now and 8 o'clock will remain scattered, but we'll see a steadier rain develop between about 10 and midnight with some lighter rain showers carrying over into tomorrow. All of this tied into an area of low pressure that is moving now into southwest Missouri. That low will stay to the south of us, but the moisture associated with it lifts up to the north here. Severe weather found down to the south across parts of Louisiana, moving into Mississippi, where numerous severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings have been issued. It's severe weather that stays down to the south. We do not have to worry anything about that, but more so some rain showers here as we go through the overnight. We need the rain. We have built up quite a deficit so far as the rainfall is concerned for the month of November, with only 2 days picking up any measurable precipitation. That changes here tonight. Notice as we go through the 11 o'clock hour, we've got a steady rain that works in, and that'll continue to lift in from south to north. Winds will remain on the gusty side. I wish I could say the winds will come down a bit, but it still stays breezy tonight, and then the winds will pick back up going through the afternoon tomorrow. Notice with the rainfall very early Tuesday, could be a couple pockets of some moderate rain coming down. You're looking anywhere between about 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rain adding up here across the region. Now, as colder air moves in from the north and west, it is possible we do see some snow showers mix in with that rainfall during a time around sunrise tomorrow. But with both air and ground temperatures above freezing, not expecting any impacts there for the morning commute. But don't be surprised if you see maybe a wet snow or a rain snow mix develop for some, especially near the state line and then north into southern Wisconsin. That'll get pushed to the east after noon tomorrow, but we hold on to the cloud cover. Won't be until late in the day that we see that drier air move in. Few more clouds tomorrow night. High pressure builds in for Wednesday. Same thing for Thursday too, so this should leave us with dry conditions and seasonable temperatures in the low to mid 40s. As far as the rain is concerned, again, anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall coming down from west to east. We've got clouds out there right now as our temperatures stay in the 40s. Winds still continue to come in from the east and northeast, 10 to 20 miles per hour with some gusts close to 25. 45 our temperature in Rockford, Freeport, wind chills down into the 30s in a couple of spots. We've got a 45-degree temperature for our weather watcher Terry in Genoa, and an east wind right now at 18 miles per hour. Let's look at the travel here for the holidays going into tomorrow. That'll be the impact tomorrow morning. By the afternoon and evening, no issues there outside of the wind. Wednesday, Thursday look pretty decent. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s going through Thanksgiving. Even carrying over into Friday looks pretty quiet, but late Saturday into Sunday, we may see a couple of light snow showers move in with another system passing to the south. Temperatures through the weekend are expected to drop back through the 30s, so it does get a little cool out there. 38 degrees, that's where we'll head for the night tonight. Tomorrow, temperatures only in around 43, 44 for Wednesday, Thursday. There is a cold front that comes in on Thursday, but it comes through dry, may give us a little more cloud cover, and notice those temperatures then dropping through the 30s heading into the weekend.
Not even a 50 in sight.
Nope.
Thanks, Candace.
Scott's in next with sports. The Bears are catching heat from their fans after letting another game slip away yesterday in Detroit.
And James Robinson could suit up for one of the NFL's Thanksgiving Day games.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
Well, this unbearable NFL season for Bears fans feels like it might never end. The Bears coaches and players seem destined to lose no matter how positive things might look through 3/4 of action. Today, the coaching staff and players, especially the defense, are catching heat for letting a comfortable lead yesterday in Detroit turn into a loss. It's the type of thing the fans have become accustomed to. Even on a day when the Lions turned the ball over 4 times, the Bears still couldn't take advantage. DJ Edwards says as frustrated as the players are, they can't give up.
The only thing you can do in this league is grow. As soon as you start to feel sorry for yourself and start to, point fingers and things like that, some stuff gets really bad. And we don't have the guys in here that are doing that. We don't have the coaches that are doing that. We got the right guys in here to build this thing and keep growing. And it's a tough pill to swallow, no doubt about it.
In Green Bay, the Packers liked what they saw from Jordan Love and from their rookie receivers yesterday. Jaden Reed had an exceptional touchdown run while also catching 4 passes. And Dontavian Wicks had 3 catches for 91 yards. The key to the Packers getting better is the growth of the young receivers.
As a rookie, I'm just quickly learning that it's very hard to win a game in NFL, you know. We've been on the other end of those games by 3 points and lost. We were on this game by 3 points this week. We won. So that's just how it is in the league. So you just got to, you know, keep playing through the whistle, the last whistle, and, you know, that's what gets you the results you want.
The Packers will take on the Lions Thanksgiving Day, and just maybe Rockford native James Robinson will be suiting up for the Pack. He was re-signed in their practice squad today, and the Packers might have no choice but to play him because running backs Aaron Jones and Emmanuel Wilson are banged up. This is the second time Robinson has been on the Packers practice squad. Well, Monday Night Football doesn't get much better than tonight's matchup. It's a Super Bowl rematch between the Eagles and Chiefs. You can see it here on WTVO with a kickoff at 7:15. Both teams look like Super Bowl contenders again, with the Eagles sitting at 8-1 and the Chiefs at 7-2.
You never know how the game's going to go. It could be high scoring, it could be low scoring, but two teams that usually find a way to get a win and playing on Monday Night Football in front of the whole world. It's going to be a great game, and I'm glad it's at Arrowhead.
And not only will Taylor Swift be in the house at Arrowhead, but her parents are expected to be there too to meet the Kelseys. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Weekend, especially yesterday. It was really beautiful.
Yeah, sunshine really made temperatures warm nicely yesterday and Saturday afternoon. And yeah, we can take the sunshine while we have it because next couple of days we've got clouds that'll stick around. But at least we dry out and we'll see some sunshine for Thanksgiving. So that's nice.
Oh, we're getting some much needed rain today,
yeah,
right? We're a little short of where we should be this time of year.
Yeah, we're over
this month.
Yeah, 1.2 inches below. Actually, more than that for where we should be. We've only had 2 days where we've had measurable rainfall this month. So tonight makes it 3 days this month. So yeah, we do need the rain because it is getting a little dry out there. Showers will continue to increase in coverage. You've got a steadier rainfall overnight tonight, 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rain expected. Temperatures down around 38. It'll be a chilly rain that comes down, and you factor in the wind too. Tomorrow might not be the best of mornings. Could see a couple of snowflakes mix in. Wednesday, Thursday, dry 30s by the weekend.
Thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.